This is what I believe happened during the night that JonBenet was murdered. It starts with the Ramsey family coming home from a Christmas party on the night of December 25th, 1996. Later on in the night, after the parents had went to sleep, Burke and JonBenet woke up and went downstairs to the kitchen. Burke brought out pineapple for himself to eat, and JonBenet kept stealing a few bites. This can be proven to be true since there were fingerprints found on the pineapple bowl that were Burke's, and a half-digested pineapple was found in JonBenet's stomach. So a pure frustration or a psychological problem that Burke may have caused him to lash out on JonBenet and pick up the flashlight that was on the kitchen counter and hit her over the head. The flashlight that Burke had hit JonBenet over the head with is what caused the skull fracture that was found. The reason why I think Burke may have a psychological problem is from what Dr. Phil said about him. During an interview Dr. Phil had with Burke, he said that he was very socially awkward and he always was smiling or giggling at things that were supposed to be taken seriously. After Burke had killed his sister, he ran to his parents to tell them about the situation, and instead of the parents calling the police and his son going to a psychiatric ward, they decided to frame the murder. The first thing that the parents had did to try and frame the murder was by making a ransom note. The piece of evidence in the ransom note that makes it look like the parents did write the note is the specific amount of money asked for. It asked for $118,000 specifically, which also happens to be the amount that the father needed to owe his business partner. There's no one else who would know this information except the father and the business partner, but the business partner was cleared as a suspect later on. The basement is where the parents put JonBenet, and also where they say the intruder had broken into. To help frame the murder, the parents dressed JonBenet's dead body in an oversized nightgown. This was later addressed in an interview with them, where they were very quick to say that the nightgown was way too big for her and they'd never buy her something that big, but it makes them sound even more suspicious. JonBenet was also found with figure-8 ties around her wrist. These are simple ties to get out of. However, in the interview with Barbara Walters, the dad had said that he couldn't untie the knots because it was too hard. This piece of evidence shows that the father was lying and helps support my theory that the parents tried to frame the murder. The theory that JonBenet was molested was another way the parents were trying to frame someone else. The scratches that were found in her vagina resembled paintbrush strokes, and the mother also happened to love to paint and had many brushes and supplies in the house. Also, the small amount of DNA that was found on her underwear could have been anything. It was so small that it could have been a person who packaged the underwear. The other abrasions that were found on her body, many believe was from a stun gun or a taser, but it could just be bruises. My conclusion on the JonBenet Ramsey murder is that Burke killed his sister and the parents tried to cover it up because they didn't want their son to go to jail or go to a psychiatric hospital. And to this day, they're still protecting their son.